Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of $1 Million Media. With me today we have...
Shelldyn.
Nile.
Kyah.
Alright, twice a charm. And today, speaking of twice, twos, doubles, double feature, we're... Shut up. We're talking about Barbenheimer 2023. And yeah, today we're going to be reviewing Barbie and Oppenheimer. Yeah. So, I've seen the movie. Who else has seen the movie?
I have seen the movie.
I have not seen the movie.
I have not seen the movie.
What?
One of you two is lying.
Not
Oh,
me.
Lord.
That guy.
Oh, my God.
Mm.
Him.
It's him.
He's black.
Wow.
It was him, officer.
But you're black too.
No.
Exactly.
You're not? What are you?
The audience don't know that.
This couch is black.
Caribbean.
Oh.
Oh.
He Jamaican.
Not Puerto Rican.
He Caribbean black.
I know black.
Alright, but have you actually seen the movies?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. We're going to start off with Oppenheimer first. Because I feel like that's going to be the quicker conversation. And we're also going to do things differently today, just to save time, just because we're talking about two movies. And also since there is a SAG AFRA strike going on right now. I wanted to try doing something different to promote, not only to promote the Screen Actors Guild of America, I would also want to promote the Screenwriters Guild of America. We're just going to get straight into spoilers and just talk about the spoilers for both movies. And we're mostly going to try to focus on the actors involved and the writing for both projects. That being said, both directors for each film, fantastic job on both movies. It's just that we want to try to do something different just to support the strike. Please pay your writers, pay your actors what they are earned, because without them, we wouldn't be able to do what we do on this channel.
Period.
Facts.
Okay, so we're going to start off with Oppenheimer.
Let's fucking go.
Alright, so since we're just going straight into spoilers, let's just say whatever we liked about the movie. Pretty much, I'll just say this. Acting, all across the board. Really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
Main actor, Cillian Murphy.
Really
Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Yes.
Yes.
Great.
Great.
As J. Robert Oppenheimer. He carries the movie. He's in pretty much almost every scene of the film.
Yeah.
I was like, you better carry the movie.
Yeah.
It's Oppenheimer.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, like, it's nice to see Cillian Murphy in a main actor role, because he's usually just like a bit part in all these really big movies.
Yeah.
I mean, he does have Peaky Blinders, but I'm just talking about, like, movies in particular. And pretty much, like, I'll let you guys just pick any actor or character that you guys liked throughout the movie if you want to talk about it. So, is there any ones you want to talk about right off the start? Because there's a lot to choose from.
So, not my favorite character, but I found it very funny that Josh Peck was in it. Like, it was a serious situation, but there were some parts of it where I was just looking at bro and I was like, you're Josh Peck, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I thought he was just gonna play, like, a little cameo, like, oh, look, it's Josh Peck in the movie. No, he had, like, a serious fucking job to do in the movie.
Well, yeah.
And it was
He's
like,
the guy who presses the
button guy.
detonation.
Yeah.
He's the guy with the button.
Yeah.
Really?
He was in the movie.
Yeah.
So was the dude from Diary of a Wimpy Kid, the dude that played
Roderick.
Roderick.
Really?
Yes.
Dude, we don't know what he played.
I don't remember ever seeing him.
Because I don't remember what he looks like particularly, and there's just
There's
a
been
lot
over
of... There's just a
decades.
ton of fucking actors in this movie that
Shit
just...
ton.
Like a bunch of... Any, like, white actor in Hollywood that's, like, working is in this movie.
Florence Pugh,
Yeah.
Emily Blunt, Robert Downey Jr.
Who...
Yeah, seeing Robert
Yeah.
Downey in a
Yeah.
trailer, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
he
like,
also...
As an old man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For real.
He stole the show whenever he
did.
was on screen.
He did. His
Of
little
course,
monologue
because we
was,
haven't
like,
seen him since, like,
sick.
Iron Man.
He
Shit,
did
yeah,
do
you're right.
Doolittle, but we don't talk about Doolittle.
We don't talk about Doolittle.
No,
I didn't see it.
No
I
one
didn't
did.
either.
I did, but...
You did?
It wasn't nothing crazy.
Oh, okay.
Not in theaters.
Oh, good. But yeah, Robert Downey Jr. plays Strauss. So let's just say his name's Strauss. I can't remember the official title. Yeah, he basically plays Oppenheimer's foil throughout this movie. Like, if there's any, like, antagonist, it's him.
Yeah.
Like, this guy hates Oppenheimer just because Oppenheimer said a snide comment about him to a panel of people.
Yeah.
That really wasn't all that meant to be at him. It was just all the blame kind of went Strauss's way. So he was like, I'm going to make sure this guy loses his securities clearance. That way he will never be able to talk about anything regarding the atomic bomb or the arms race that is about to happen.
That's like peak hating.
Oh yeah, he's a hater.
Like imagine hating that bad that you just fuck up everybody like this one.
It reminds me of the
person's
guy
fucking career.
who refuses to die until the person that he hates dies. That way he can just go piss or shit on their grave.
Wait! I know exactly what you're talking about. Vince Russo and fucking what's his face?
Mm.
Nah, because they were like, I won't tell you the story. It's,
Okay.
This is not related, but it's a wrestling thing. But he did say that I will live to piss on Vince Russo's grave.
Yeah.
Like that's a different level of fucking
crazy.
hating, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
That's a different type of
it's a
hatred.
powerful motivator. But no, yeah, he was a really good like character in like really interesting way how the movie tells Oppenheimer and Strauss's side of the stories with using color and color film to tell Oppenheimer's perspective and black and white to tell Strauss's perspective.
Yeah.
Now keep in mind, they don't outright say this in the film. This is all through like me looking it up online to kind of get some theories about the movie because this is definitely like one of those art house Oscar worthy
Yeah, for
movies.
sure.
It's 3 hours long.
Damn.
Yeah.
You were the one person I was curious to see how you would enjoy the film because it is a long movie. There's really no action in it, and it's all talking. It's a bunch of white guys.
Exactly.
Like there was some like the whole movie is like really like has a really like downbeat, I guess, like real like melodramatic is more the correct word.
Mm-hmm.
I just wish at some points they had like subtitles because I really couldn't hear what they were saying.
Yeah.
Really?
It's interesting you say that because that is definitely a thing that like a lot of Christopher Nolan films have in problem.
Dang, that's bad if it's like in a
'Cause-
movie theater. You
'cause
can't hear 'em?
The way technical things aside, if we're layering what's important to like on film, usually it goes dialogue, music, and sound effects or sound effects and music. He does it reversed.
Okay.
The fuck?
So music, sound effects, dialogue,
All right, bro.
so that it can create a sense of like realism, where it's like in real life the sound effect like it's gonna sound louder than dialogue,
Okay.
or like explosions are gonna sound
I
louder
mean,
than
I
dialogue.
get it.
Yeah.
But
Crowds are gonna sound louder than dialogue.
that's a
Problem
good-
is, in a movie that's
3 hours and mostly talking.
Yeah.
it's a
Exactly.
problem. Like they're playing characters, so each character has a particular way of speaking, and sometimes it takes a minute to be like, what do you say?
Yeah.
Especially, I think, even though I love the
Repeat that one
character,
more time.
there is the one like Russian scientist
I was gonna say that.
who's like he's got a little bit of a puffier face.
Yeah.
No, that was German, but
Oh, you said
he was the one that was working on the Los Alamos team on the project who got into fights regularly.
Yeah,
He was the guy.
the hydrogen dude.
Yeah, the guy who's all about like I want to make the hydrogen bomb. We should focus on the hydrogen bomb.
No, I was gonna say that because it wasn't for me that I couldn't hear them. For some of it, I would have liked subtitles because I couldn't understand some of the characters.
Also his like accent or whatever.
Yeah,
especially
their
that guy.
accents were
Even though
thick.
I love that character in the film. I don't know why, I just found
Well,
his
the
character
accent's
very
that obvious.
fascinating
Yeah.
because he's like the
Really?
only guy in the room
Mm.
who's always trying to second guess everything and be like, why don't we do this? Why don't we do this?
Yeah.
Let's try this. Which leads to a lot of fights because he just doesn't do the work that he's supposed to do
Mhm.
because he just refuses to. And also I like that actor because not only is he an actor, he's a director as well who did Uncut Gems.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, that guy who plays that character is a director and he was in charge of Uncut Gems.
What's
He
that?
just
Ooh.
it's the Adam Sandler movie where he plays a Jewish jewel salesman in the
I
jewel
think it was
district
like
of
his
Reno.
first like drama.
No, it
like,
wasn't his
not,
first drama.
Well, like one of his most popular like dramas.
Recently. But yeah.
Recently, yeah, like recently. I fucking love that movie, bro.
Yeah, Uncut Gems.
Oh.
Good movie. It was also weird for me because we've talked about this show on this show before, but The Boys, they're Jack Quaid's in the movie as some guy.
Okay.
I forgot his name, but he's a guy in the movie, and it was weird to see him because I'm like, that's Huey. Kyah, you brought her up earlier, but do you want to talk about Florence Pugh? And particularly some of the things surrounding Florence Pugh in the movie?
So, I didn't believe it until I saw it. Like whole boob.
Oh yeah, there's...
entire titties. Like
Mhm. You'd like
full
it now.
nudity. Shelldyn, you went to the bathroom.
Yeah, you
Alright.
missed the scene.
One more.
You're like, ooh,
Nah,
titties on
like,
screen.
Wow.
I liked her character.
It's like if you've seen it one time, you've seen it a billion
You've seen it
times.
a billion But nah, her character was
But
pretty
it's on
cool.
the biggest screen imaginable.
That's another thing that threw me off. Like, it was a big ass screen too, and I'm just looking at this like
Whoa.
just naked people, and I'm like, holy shit, they were not fucking.
Also,
around.
it's the
Like,
least
Like, damn, I'm
sexiest
here.
sex scene I've ever seen.
No, it was very like.
Which
was
kind of made it
very,
feel
like-
more real.
Lackluster.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, not lackluster. It was just strange.
It's strange because
What?
since we're talking about spoilers, the first time it happens, it's like it comes out of nowhere because what we learn about Oppenheimer is he's a womanizer. So
Yeah.
like he basically will just find a woman at a party, schmooze and like riz her up, and then smash cut to them fucking. That's pretty much
So
how
it's
it happens 3 times in the film.
So it's basically like James Bonding them.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah.
If James Bond was a frail old man with crippling anxiety, but yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Rizzenheimer.
Dang.
No.
Yeah, no, that's.
Get out.
No way.
But it's true.
Rizzenheimer.
It is true. It's true.
I've become Riz, destroyer of women.
Oh Lord. Oh. Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
y'all,
wow.
y'all both gotta go.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
All right, but no, it's a funny scene. It's not funny
It's
because
not funny.
Because it's meant to be like, oh, okay, he's finding connections and stuff, yada yada yada.
I was
Yeah.
about to say, I don't know anybody who laughs at a sex scene.
It's-
I did.
It was.
And if they, ooh, really?
Yeah.
Hold on,
we
because-
did laugh.
Here's the reason why, because it literally is like she's on top, as Kai said, full titty,
Full titty.
Okay.
everybody's just going, oh, okay, they're having sex, cool. And, you know, it's all that awkward thing when you're like sitting next to friends, so you're like,
Let's not look at each other. when we
yeah,
watch
don't look
this.
at each other. Then she gets up, goes to a bookshelf, finds like a book that's written in Sanskrit. She's like, read this. He's like, how do you? I mean, okay. I mean, I know a little bit of Sanskrit, but I don't know a lot of Sanskrit. She's like, cool. Approaches him, gets back on top, and he starts to read the infamous quote that Oppenheimer. The quote is from the Bhagavad Gita,
Mhm.
where it's "I've become death, destroyer of worlds," and that's the first time we hear it in the film, is him reading it to her while she's on top, being like, "Read it."
Yeah. Imagine like.
That's why I laughed, because I was just like, "What the fuck is
I was
going?"
there for that.
Yeah, you were there for that.
Oh yeah, you were there for that.
Just not the other one.
The other one is more wild.
Yeah, the other one's fucking crazy. Yeah.
Because it also leads to a very cool, like, interpretation of shame.
Yeah.
Because the scene that you missed in the theater is the second sex scene in the film that's also kind of been more, like, talked about.
Yeah.
Because, one, during this scene, they hook up, and we basically see them pretty much in pillow talk phase, but instead of them on a bed, it's them basically sitting in 3 feet from each other, butt-ass naked. Like, he's, like, smoking a pipe, legs crossed so that, you know, you can't see junk. She's just got titty all out. And they're just, like, talking philosophy and, like her communist beliefs and him trying to keep everything secret because he's still working on the Manhattan Project. And then, the one thing about the movie that's kind of fun is that it's not in linear order.
Yeah.
So, like, we'll go from, like, him in college to him talking about the atom bomb in, like, some not even a courtroom, private room meeting where they're basically grilling him the entire time. Then we'll cut back to him in college, cut back to maybe sometime, cut to Strauss and sometime, but after that little courtroom thing.
Yeah.
It's a weird timeline thing, but did that bother any of you? Because
It didn't bother me.
For me, it didn't bother me because I was like, okay, this is just making me more engaged because I want to know how this all fits together.
For a minute, I got confused, but then like, they made it easy to get back on track to figure out where you were.
Especially with not the courtroom, I forgot, the private room meeting,
Yeah.
because for the most part, it's all the same people telling the story. And the scene that I was talking about where it really shows a good depiction of shame is where Oppenheimer has to talk about the times he had an affair with his wife in the room, and talk about his sexual encounters. So what they do is they basically show it where he's still in the room, but he's naked. So it's implied that like he's literally like showing it all, like there's nothing to hide behind, including to his wife, and it's just him talking about these really personal things that no one would want to talk about anything. So it's supposed to show shame. Then when his wife looks at him during this scene, all she can see is the girl that he was having an affair with fucking him and looking directly at her.
Yeah. Fully naked.
Fully naked. Both of them fully naked.
And moving.
He's still talking like not even anything's going on. She's just like having a great time looking at her. It's a wild scene, and I was just like, and you came back after it was all over, and you're like, so what I missed? I was like, I don't know what to tell you.
I'll tell you later.
I'll tell you later.
I'll tell you later.
Yeah.
Because there's no way I could have explained, like, yeah, I just witnessed the cuckening.
Yeah, that's why I go. That's
Cuckening is wild.
never. That's why I never go to the bathroom during movies.
I think it was 3 hours.
I couldn't
No, I don't
get up
blame
during
you.
that.
I'm not saying you're
To
wrong
be
for
fair,
that.
if you were to miss anything, that's not a bad scene to miss.
No.
Too.
You
It
think I
definitely
wasn't
shows
about
like a
Christmas
character
or anything?
moment,
Yeah.
but like what happens afterward, where we find out that she died either by suicide or, as the film implies, she could have also been murdered because of her
Okay.
ties to Oppenheimer and communism. Because yeah, it's an interesting film that kind of is a Cold War movie and a World War II movie.
Yeah. It
'Cause-
directly like folds into the beginning of the Cold War because they talk about it.
Yeah. One of the things that like the film is also known for, because we're going to be talking about the bomb, is that there's not a single shot of CGI in this film. Like everything was done real.
They're just blowing shit up.
So
Just blowing shit up.
Yeah, they're
yeah.
just blowing shit
So
up.
when they came to the scene where they have to show the bomb, they actually found a way to blow something up big enough to recreate what it looked like.
That's fucking crazy. to me.
So
That's cool.
basically, they said they
That's
used
fucking
anything
crazy.
flammable possible: gasoline, propane, magnesium,
Oh.
everything, just
Oh.
to get that effect of the cloud and the explosion and the bright white light.
I thought it was a little explosion that they just zoomed in on.
Nope.
That's fucking ridiculous.
I was gonna
That's
say
fucking ridiculous.
it's weird to think
Mhm.
because like every nuke explosion that I've seen has been CGI'd,
Except for that.
except for that.
Except for
because
that.
They had to have asked at the very least, "Hey, can we like borrow an atomic bomb just to detonate, just to see
I don't
and
think
film it?"
I don't think they asked for an atomic bomb. They had to have asked for like a bomb because there's like fucking regulations now.
I was gonna say a regulation for an atomic bomb. It would be really funny if behind the scenes they were like, "Okay,
You're like, what
we
if
should
got
at
a
least
bomb, though?
try to ask."
I feel like they did.
He's like, what if they say yes?
Exactly. What if they did?
That'd be crazy.
That would be crazy.
That would
Like
be
Christopher
wild
Nolan.
to let that go.
You mean the guy who directed Dark Knight? Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely a Christopher.
He's like,
Nolan
atomic
thing.
bomb right here for you, sir.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they would be like, if it's just to like detonate in a random ass place. There's,
I think they'd be
there's
able to if they had-
testing, but like
I was about to say, I think they'd be able. I think they would have been able to if they had the right people around. As long as they
Yeah.
had the people who knew what they were doing.
But I
with the
feel
bomb.
like then it would just open up so many things. Like, well, they can get away with just asking
Yeah.
for an explosion to go off. that
Exactly.
So
anyone
now
else can.
anybody can just go make a movie about an atom bomb and
Or
then, like, make a fucking
anyone
bomb. Or anyone.
can. But yeah, I doubt that they. I think they asked and they knew they were gonna get the no.
Yeah.
But I think it's just a funny like behind the scenes story would be like,
well, like, what if though?
what if?
What if?
What if we
Like,
try?
what if?
What if?
If we just put a little bit of effort in,
Right.
let's see. But
Yeah.
no, like the explosion in the film was definitely like the moment. That was the most tense scene in the movie for me.
It. Our theater was so fucking
Silent.
silent.
You pin drop.
Nobody made a single fucking noise until the like explosion actually made noise.
One thing I really appreciated, just as someone who likes physics and stuff, honest, just it's not my main thing, but I like it. Is I like seeing them demonstrating like when explosions go off, you see it, and then seconds later you'll hear the
Yeah.
actual pop
That
off,
was cool.
and then the effect. And for that scene, it was just like quiet, bang, like, and just the whole theater erupted.
Scared the fuck out of me.
Yeah, I was gonna say it scared me too, and like, but it didn't scare me as much as the scene afterward where both bombs have been dropped on on Japanese cities, Nagasaki and Hiroshima,
Yeah.
and he has to perform a speech
Yeah, that's
to the crowd
shit out of me.
where he doesn't know what to say because like even in the film they kind of imply like the war was pretty much on like slowly dying down. Like
Yeah.
the Japanese weren't going to surrender, but they were losing little by little.
Yeah.
And yeah, they were a lot of American lives were also dying, so I also get that. But the one line that still haunts me, and was also kind of darkly funny, was when the one general says, like, where they have to decide what cities of Japan to bomb, and they're like, okay, well, we can't do this city, we can't do this city. What about Kyoto? And the general's just like, no, we shouldn't do Kyoto because it's a culturally important place for the people of Japan.
Yeah.
Plus, me and my wife went there on our honeymoon.
Like, that was fucked up.
And I was thinking, like, oh my god, like the thought of, like, so many people's lives were spared for something so, like, stupid.
Yeah. For
It's
something
really,
so
like,
simple.
Yeah.
As because your wife.
Or
and
you honeymooned there. You went on vacation. Just, that's crazy to me. Just, like, the carelessness or lack of humanity just towards people.
Yeah.
I mean, it's war, and I get it. Like, when some people have to see each other as, like, the enemy, but these were innocents they were gonna detonate this on. They had to have known it, and that is the thing you see later in the film, where it's like him, like Oppenheimer, definitely all the weight of that just is on him, and especially during the scene where he has to do that speech.
Yeah.
And the footsteps of everybody, because throughout the film you hear these, like, what sounds like a train track kind of like going.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what does that sound? Because I don't recognize it right off the bat. But when he walks into the room and everybody's stomping their feet, and he slowly starts to, like, have a panic attack, and, like, the whole world shakes behind him. Oh man, like, that and Puss in Boots has to be my favorite interpretation of panic attacks.
Yeah.
No, for real.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen
No,
the recent
for real.
one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last one, Puss in Boots 2, I should
Yeah.
say.
That was a good movie.
These two have been my favorite interpretations of panic attacks, because it is really like that feeling, like, world goes quiet except for, like, certain sounds, and it's just like the world is shaking and you don't know what to do. Killian does such a good job just expressing that. But yeah, is there anything else you guys want to talk about?
The ending.
Oh, what it leaves you off on?
The ending really got to me.
Yeah.
The ending got to me a lot.
I think it's been getting to a lot of people.
'Cause the way that we spent that whole movie, like, trying to figure out what the fuck him and Einstein were talking about, and what had Strauss so pissed.
Yeah, because Strauss thought they were talking about him because Einstein. Einstein's in the movie.
Yeah.
He plays a pretty.
He's my favorite character.
Favorite character.
Well, he is a significant part, because they have to go to him at one point because they find out that there's a near 0% possibility that when they detonate this bomb, it will ignite the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Destroying the world. So they go to Einstein, and he's just like, well, double check it and hope for the best. And luckily, we're still here.
We're still
for the most part. Unfortunately. You know, there's actually a theory that people have said that they did ignite the atmosphere, and we've been living in hell ever since.
Why would you say that?
Like, why would you bring that up?
Why would you do that?
It's possible.
It was a funny theory that I thought was kind of... But yeah, the film ends off on this note of, like, them talking about that probability, and, like, Einstein goes to them and says, like when you detonated that, it led to the destruction of the world.
Yeah.
It's not an instant one, but it basically leaves you off on the idea of, like, well, with everybody, like, arming up and pretty much any big world power having a nuclear power, like, we are, like, seconds from midnight on the doomsday clock, and just from the whole world on fire. And, like, the last look on Oppenheimer's face of just, like, what have I done? Because throughout the whole movie, he was just a guy who just loved science, and just, he understood that what they were making gonna be a weapon, but he didn't know, he wanted to use it on the Nazis, because he himself was Jewish. And there's a really clever line in the movie where they said we are doing the one thing that Hitler refuses to do, is we're accepting physics, because Hitler saw that as Jewish
He saw quantum physics.
Yeah, quantum physics is Jewish deviltry.
Yeah.
So.
Spooky science.
Yeah, so.
Spooky side.
Spooky action.
Wizard Money Game.
We love casting.
And yeah, he says like anti-Semitism is our best weapon against the Nazis, or something like that, where he says like they have anti-Semitism, so we are going to be ahead of them because they are refusing to use quantum physics, and we are. And yeah, so that's why he wanted to make the bomb, and yeah, I don't know. I really loved the movie, and it was definitely a movie that was like, I don't know how anything's going to top this for me as best movie of the year. It's very different from like Spider-Verse, where Spider-Verse is more lighthearted and fun. This movie's more like thought-provoking, like, hey, let's think about how we are literally like minutes from midnight on the Doomsday Clock. Other things I do want to mention is there's been some controversy online, or at least that they don't really delve deep into the whole Japanese point of view of what happened. And I actually reached out to a couple friends of mine who are in Japan. Some of them got back to me in time, some of them didn't. One of them, I do want to quote, her name is Haruhi, and she wrote to me saying this. I haven't watched both because they haven't come out yet, but I've read an article about Oppenheimer that said it's not clear if the movie will be released in Japan because it's a sensitive topic. Also, I found some tweets from Japanese people in another country who watched the movie. They mostly said the movie itself wasn't that uncomfortable, but how the audience received the movie seemed different from them in other countries. She compared it to how she watched a movie that was first released in Japan and that is now released here in America. It was Suzume, and how she felt like the cultural difference of watching a movie from her own home in America. I kind of compared it to like that of watching Oppenheimer, where it's just kind of like from what I'm getting, it sounds more like this is clearly a movie telling the American side of it, and not really wanting to focus on the horrors of what happened to the people of Japan. Whereas they do mention it, but we just never see the bombs go off. We never see the physical effects of what happened to those people. We only ever hear about it and see Oppenheimer's reaction to it.
Well, like my thing is, it was an Oppenheimer movie. Like, it wasn't a movie about
the bomb.
It was about Oppenheimer and his life up until the bomb.
Yeah,
but like
and after.
and after. But I feel like if it would have included like the Japanese perspective, it might have opened a whole new door of fucking turmoil and arguing that nobody really wanted to have anymore.
There's also a bunch of other things that they don't discuss, is like the Los Alamos site that they built was not only Native American land, it was also homes that some Mexican people were occupying at the time. And when the Los Alamos was built, they had to displace them. Yeah. Which you never hear about in the film. I only bring it up here just because I learned about it recently through this film. Which I guess that's kind of the good thing about this movie, whereas like if you want to do more research, you can. And you will find out about this stuff. Like, if you do want to hear about the Japanese side of it, you can go look at things about like what happened to people after the bombs went off. Yeah. I just wanted to reach out to friends of mine just to see, because I didn't want to say like, well, as a white guy, I didn't want to put my spin on how a certain group of people should feel about this, so I just went out and asked. But yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to touch on about the whole controversy surrounding the film at the time of recording. I'm just going to quickly wrap this up. Does anybody have any like quick thoughts?
Great movie. Would watch again.
Yeah.
Would you watch again?
Just to like make sure I heard everything.
Okay. Subtitles on?
Yeah.
I gotcha.
So like, if this were to come out on like a streaming service, it would like.
So if I rent it on YouTube, you watching it?
Shit.
All right.
There we go.
All right. So
I don't know if it's like hey man, let's go sit. Well, actually, we did go out in group to go see it. So
yeah.
I was about to say y'all literally did that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I guess it was kind of cool. Like an Oscar movie did that.
A lot of people did. It was that day. Like the sheriff was at the theater. to crowd control.
Mhm.
That's how many fucking people.
I thought it was
actually go
because
see
if anything
movies.
That's
pops
crazy.
off, because like whenever big event movies happen like this, they
Yeah.
usually have someone there just to make sure that like nothing
Remember?
happens. All right, we're gonna quickly move on to our other movie that we saw right after Oppenheimer too, so it's kind of fitting, and hopefully it'll waken Nile up a bit.
Get your
We're gonna be
balls
talking
up.
about Barbie.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
And I'm back like the Barbie.
Oh okay.
Hi, Barbie.
I can. Would I be a Ken or am I an Alan?
Alan.
Fuck you.
Alan. You're too nice to be a Ken.
Damn.
Mm.
I'll take the compliment.
It's a compliment.
To be fair, Alan kicks ass. in
Yeah,
the
Alan
film.
does kick ass in the
Actually.
movie. So like, would it really be that bad?
Who do
No,
we?
no. All right, well, God, where do we start with this
I don't know.
movie?
I don't
Because
know, I don't
at
even
first
know.
it is very different than Oppenheimer.
Complete vibe switch.
Oh yeah, it's
Complete.
bright, it's colorful. Apparently they ran out of pink in California because of
did.
this movie.
That's
No.
so like.
Think about it.
Yeah, they ran out of fucking.
They had to build her dream house and the Mojo Dojo Casa house.
The Mojo Dojo Casa.
Oh, we'll get into it.
Oh.
Okay, so but yeah, it's just a very bright, colorful movie. And at first, I was kind of like a little taken aback, and I didn't find every joke in the beginning that funny.
Yeah.
Just because I'm not a big fan of like certain like over the top like very campy stuff.
Yeah.
But then there were some jokes later in the film where I was like, this is written very well or performed very well.
Yeah.
Like, I definitely enjoyed anything having to do with Ryan Gosling
Bro,
as Ken, or the main Ken at the very least.
bro, everybody went to this movie being like, this is gonna be a different Ryan Gosling than anything we've ever seen before.
Nope.
And it was not. It
Nope.
was the same fucking Ryan Gosling.
It's good
Same
though.
dude. It's good.
It's good.
Same fucking dude though.
He's just like me.
Oh.
You're out.
The amount of dudes that are gonna just come out like right now and just being like, yeah, that's me. I'm
Well,
Ryan Gosling.
that's the weird thing.
Yes.
The film kind of plays into it,
It does.
especially with like all the guys being named Ken, except for Alan
Except
and
for
Sugar
Alan.
Daddy,
Yeah.
Sugars.
which was Sugar's Daddy.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
That was.
No, the dogs were wild.
Nah.
That shit was funny when I
Nah, bro.
But no, Ryan Gosling just fucking like he just had so much fun, and you could tell.
Yeah.
Like I get to be the most broy guy imaginable. Hell yeah.
Nah. When bro pulled out the fucking fit with that fucking
The mink coat.
the mink
Mink
coat,
coat.
bro.
Oh my God.
Okay, well we do have to explain what the film is about. So at first it's Barbie and her Barbie world. Everything's pretty much perfect
Yeah.
for the most part. There are some things that are wrong. And I shouldn't say wrong, but aren't entirely.
Pink and perfect.
Yeah.
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 So, like, and she starts to kind of think about death. And once she starts thinking about death and having her own little existential crisis, she's like, I gotta do something to change this. So she goes to Weird Barbie, which.
Favorite Barbie.
Favorite Barbie.
Favorite Barbie. So funny. The moment she said, "Oh, and I smell like basement." Hilarious.
And it's relatable. I got Barbies in my basement.
Oh, I thought you were saying you be smelling like basement.
No, bro.
I was about to be like, what?
Bro.
We don't talk about that.
What do
I don't.
basements smell like?
You know what basement
You know
smells
what
like.
basement smells
I
like.
mean, like I don't.
You've never been in a basement?
Ye-
And I'm not being like in a creepy way. I'm just being like, in general.
You want to find out?
What?
Don't look at me. Please.
You've never been in a basement?
Not for a while.
So you
Huh.
just never like smelled like the wet concrete of a basement?
You know the word damp?
Yeah.
Imagine the smell for damp.
Yeah.
That.
Imagine like
Or
clothes
moist.
that like you got rained on in and you didn't wash them right away.
Ew.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
basement.
Yeah, that's basement.
That's basement. Even if it's
That's
clean.
basement. Yeah, even
It's
if it's
basement.
clean, it's basement. I used to
Yeah.
cut my Barbie's hair, and I used to like always don't
Go on.
You were one of
don't
those
put me
kids.
on blast for this, but like the mechanics of like the way a Barbie was built always like interest me. So I wanted to see if the leg would come out, but it never did because it was just
How they said like
from Toy Story.
Yeah, yeah.
No, like I just always wondered, like, I wonder how these are in, and I would just like try to pull them
Pull
out.
them apart, yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to pull them apart. You never tried to pull like a fucking
No.
action figure apart.
I played with Legos.
Legos. They kind of allowed me to do that.
That wasn't.
I didn't want to break my
murderer.
toys.
I didn't want to either. I was just curious. I ate pine cones, bro. What do you expect?
You
What do
just
expect
said that.
me to
I'm
do?
like, okay.
I know that. I ate a pine cone when I was 5. I chewed it and I swallowed it.
Was it fibrous?
Yes, and I would do it again.
Okay.
Do it
So
again.
she has an existential crisis,
We know you would.
and
That's the thing.
so she. Shelldyn, I have to move on. Okay. So she has an existential crisis. She's told you can either stay here and have everything go to shit, or you could go out into the real world, find the person who is playing with you, and try to fix their life. What? You took that in a
No,
wrong context.
The movie did. The movie made a joke out of that. You remember that?
Okay, the one joke that Weird Barbie did say of like, I would like to see his smooth Ken doll, like
Or,
Ken.
yeah.
Can we
whatever
talk?
it
Can we
was.
talk about the theater reactions to that? Because there was a
Dude.
girl in the front row that was like, "What?
Yeah,
This was supposed to be PG."
I was shocked by that joke. And there was also a joke earlier where it was like, I'm gonna beat you off so hard.
Yeah.
That shit was weird.
I was like, what is
It was
going
so weird.
on? I was like,
I don't know what it means.
You don't know what it means?
I'm not gonna tell you.
We're not explaining.
Google it up.
Yeah.
Google it.
Google it.
Tell us. Educate us.
Well, you see, kids, when mommy really likes daddy,
Uh-huh.
they get a divorce. I was like, I'm not gonna do this. All right, moving on. So yeah, so Barbie goes out to the real world because I like also how they just hand wave like, is it another dimension? Is it our world? It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Don't ask and just move on with it. But so Ken tags along with her, so it's Barbie in the real world, and she thinks, oh, we've done such a great thing to help progress women in our society, and they're running shit everywhere. And then she gets to the real world and is like, no.
Polar opposite.
She's horrified, but what the funniest part is, when Ken,
Mesmerized.
when he goes there, he is like, patriarchy is awesome. Horses are so cool. It's like, I gotta go back and tell everybody about this.
Fucking horses, bro. Fucking horses.
And then, so Barbie, like, has some shenanigans, meets the person that's playing with her, yada yada. Stop!
Sorry.
I'm not trying to make it sexual.
Whoa.
They come back to the Barbie world, and they find that it's been infected by patriarchy. And that part was kind of the funniest part of the movie to me. Just to see, like, how hyper-realized it is.
It made me kind of upset.
It did.
It
Me
a
too.
little bit.
Yeah, I was like,
I don't like this.
I don't
Yeah.
either. I was like, this doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
No.
Too realistic. Is this nigga snoring?
Wow, do you have anything to add?
I have yet to see Barbie or Barbenheimer, but Barbie I've been told multiple things about. Most of them have been good. I've been told that the ending is a very touching scene.
You know, for someone who's snoring 2 seconds ago, he's really following the conversation pretty damn well.
I'm telling you, I wasn't snoring, but I'm gonna continue on.
But
That's,
okay.
that's we have audio footage. We have audio proof, bro.
We have an audio recording that they
He
want.
caught 4K.
You've been caught, bro.
I wasn't snoring, but anywho.
But you
Okay.
made him.
All right, I talked about the story enough. Let's talk about jokes, because there were some jokes in this movie that I was like, holy shit. Mine was
I know exactly.
was the one where they're in a boardroom and this low-level intern has to tell the bigwigs, led by Will Ferrell, that, hey,
Favorite actor.
yeah,
Favorite
Yeah.
character.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
he has to tell them, like, Barbie's escaped
Yes.
Barbie Land, yada, yada, yada.
Hmm.
And then there's a part where, like, she's explaining, like, what she has seen throughout the world and stuff, and like, oh yeah, women are like have such a low level role here in society, and this intern out of nowhere just goes, "I have no power in the company. Does that make me a woman?"
And they didn't even address it. They
No
just
one
moved on.
said shit. They just moved on.
You kind of can't address it.
Like, what
No,
you
it
say?
was so. I remember laughing hard, and I had to look over like, did we just hear the same thing?
Bro.
I looked over at you, and you were like,
gasped. Yeah.
like, whoever heard it, good. Whoever didn't, we're gonna move on from it.
Yeah.
But I was so caught off guard by that. I was like, whoa.
Bro, that caught me, bro. I was like, not them really putting that in there. Like, did they really just say?
Like, that's crazy to hear.
Especially in a Barbie movie.
Right in a Barbie movie.
The
of all
one
places,
place you
bro.
never thought you'd hear it.
Yeah.
Like, really a Barbie movie.
For PG-13,
They
it
got
was
away with
really
a
pushing it,
lot.
bro. They let a lot slide.
I think another joke that I don't know.
That's crazy that's PG.
It's PG-13.
That's
Yeah, it was
crazy
PG-13. It was definitely
That's
PG-13.
That's crazy that's PG-13.
I
They don't-
think people would have went for R-rated. Barbie.
No.
That's facts. That's facts, though.
That would have been
Would've been weird.
That would have been really weird, and I don't
That
think
would've been
Mattel. I'm surprised Mattel let any of this
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Because the bad guys are Mattel, or like they're not.
bad guys. And I think they like purposely tried to make them not seem evil for that purpose.
But they're not
Yeah.
the best. They are corporate guys
Yeah.
who are like. It was funny. It was like, oh yeah, we had a woman CEO.
Oh, so that's two.
Yeah, there's two.
It's too.
It's like, I love women. It's like, bro.
Call me your mother. What?
Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
He said, I love women. That's funny.
Nah.
There's just so many funny things.
You know what my favorite joke is?
What?
It's all y'all favorite joke.
What is
Y'all.
You know what it
it?
is.
Do tell.
Oh, is it? Hey, Ken, I would love to like actually go out sometime. And, like
And be your long distance.
Yeah, long distance.
Non-committal, casual girl.
girlfriend. Yeah. And he's
I
like,
would-
can you give me a minute? Sublime!
No, because
Sure. No, that caught everybody so good.
I've never
I laughed
heard
my.
a person say Sublime, bro.
I never did. I don't know if that's written or if that was improv, but that shit was
I don't
so
care.
funny.
He said Sublime.
Sublime! I just know anytime that happened, and I had one today, I'm just gonna say Sublime from now on.
Nah, when he did that, I heard you just let out the biggest fucking laugh.
You-
Like, it wasn't even a chuckle,
you-
bro. It was a laugh.
It was just too crazy. Just like, what?
Sublime! I think what it was is that like every guy has kind of been in that scenario where it's like,
Never
she
in
said
my
yes?
life.
Oh.
Never in my life would I've ever
Okay.
said Sublime.
Like, so.
Sublime, maybe like, fuck yeah.
Yeah,
Sublime
like-
is crazy.
But
Yeah,
for
like.
Ken,
Sublime
No,
is crazy.
I would
That shit
never
was
say
hilarious.
Sublime.
Sublime is
Sublime.
nuts.
is wild. No, that's what I'm saying. Ryan Gosling
I'm
killed
using
it.
I'm using it.
I hear you, Sublime.
Sublime.
We're not friends anymore.
Next.
Well, I'm about to lose some friends.
Bro.
You better write the divorce.
Thank God it's kind of prenup.
This episode, ain't it?
Sublime.
You know.
Yeah, I do find it really ironic, and I'm sorry that we're pretty much talking about Ken throughout this Barbie review, especially knowing what the movie's about.
Margot Robbie's so hot.
Real.
Okay, hold on. Yes, and there was one thing throughout the movie that I looked over at Kyah, and it was like, there was one moment where she's in the leotard,
Yeah.
and they're skating around, I think it's Miami Beach? No,
Yeah,
not Miami.
something like California, LA, or some shit like that.
Yeah.
A beach,
Yeah,
and you just see
all of it.
all pretty. There's nothing really left to the imagination, and I was just like, damn. And then Kyah looked over at me and she's like, I'm like, I know. And I said, I know. I'm the problem. Leave me alone.
And then I said, it's okay. I ain't no better than a man.
Exactly.
It's Margot Robbie.
Something's going on.
Imagine you like 13 watching the Barbie movie. You just hear in the background, damn!
Like, what are you talking about?
What's he so happy for?
I know.
Right, you're 13, you're like, ugh, gross. He's like, damn.
Right?
I know, same.
I know I'm a pig, but Give me a break.
The patriarchy.
The patriarchy it got to you, bro.
It did.
Can we talk about that
Hey,
one
make
scene
me
where he was in the
hungry.
fucking library and he was looking at books with horses and shit?
Horse.
What was the man and horse?
What?
Horse.
Yeah. So
Horse.
Ken and his discovery of like patriarchy, he also kind of gets it tied in with a love for horses.
Yeah, he was like.
So when he goes back to Barbie Land, it's
Also,
a mixture
he
of like
embraces his horse
he was
girl
like.
shit.
He was like.
That's his horse girl life
A
now.
horse is like an extension of a man.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The movie's very silly.
It's so fucking
That's
silly.
dumb.
Here's the thing that I kind of appreciate though is like, yes, you could kind of see the Kens as like the antagonists, but like, they just saw something that they're like, hey, we don't really get like a lot of attention from these Barbies or power from these Barbies. Like they kind of just treat us like,
Women.
Right.
yeah, you know what, yeah.
Yeah.
And so when he gets a little taste of that power, he's just like, I'm going to tell people about this. And then immediately, like, it all changes in their world. And what I find really interesting is, like, none of them really should be seen as, like, evil or malicious because they don't really understand what they're doing.
Right.
They're just like, this is just what it is. We're just going to go with it. Which you could kind of relate to how it is in the real world, where it's just like, these are just the social creations that guys have been told to do,
Right.
and we just kind of go into it. And byproduct of that, women. And I found that to be very interesting, that the film is just like, no, it's not really we're saying that the guys are the fault.
Right.
It's more just the systems that are in place and just the overall social structure that has allowed people to just kind of just like see one as lesser than the other. And I found that to be, yeah, in a Barbie movie too.
It got real.
It got
It
real.
got real for a little bit.
Especially when the mom, played by America Ferrera,
Yeah.
just says,
She was spitting, bro.
I don't think like I've ever seen a more true speech or monologue than that. And I'm not even a woman.
And there was no music. There was no music playing in
No
the whole
music.
fucking thing either. They
But,
just let her
like,
talk.
What I heard in that, I heard my mom, I heard my friends, I
Yeah.
heard Twitter, fucking anything that
Twitter is
has
crazy.
women involved.
Yeah.
Twitter is crazy.
That was just like the most true statement, and I was just like, wow. And that was part of like, wow, I'm really the problem.
For fair warning, if you're gonna do like a Barbenheimer like double feature, if you think you're gonna go see Oppenheimer and then you're gonna be like, oh, I'm just gonna have like a lighthearted movie after and go see Barbie. No. You're gonna get sad. You're gonna get
sad for different reasons.
You're gonna get sad for a lot of reasons.
It's gonna both give you the existential thing of like, what does it mean to be a man?
Mm.
One is about we destroy the world, and then one is we've always been the ones destroying the world.
Yeah.
And you could say that about even.
I did like tear up for a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
For a moment, I did tear up. For
I don't
a
think I
little
teared up, but I definitely choked up.
bit. Yeah.
Where I was just like, oh wow.
Because I didn't want to sit here and be like, not me crying in a fucking Barbie movie, but like, I'm about to cry in this fucking Barbie movie. Like,
No man, like there was so many like moments where I was just like, this just feels real.
yeah.
Especially the ending, which was very like, what's going on?
Yeah, it also got weird.
For me, at least me growing up, I always thought Barbie and Ken were just like the couple.
Yeah.
But I never got that it was like, oh no, like it's Barbie and Ken. But now it's Barbie and it's Ken, kind of thing where it's like, no, they're not a couple. He likes her, but she doesn't. So I was just like, oh wow, it's one of those movies where it's just gonna tell guys like, dudes, fine, you gotta respect yourself.
It ain't gonna work,
or
bro.
It
There
ain't
was
gonna
some-
work, bro.
There was some parts where you did just be like, oh wow. And I was like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My bad, bro. Cause I forgot what part it was. I think like it was the
My
song.
bad, bro. You ain't getting more.
Like it was the song, and you were just like listening to the song, and
Hold up,
you were just
hold
like,
up.
oh,
What the fuck?
what did you say?
Oh my god.
Damn, bro.
No. No.
First you start snoring, and now this, bro. But nah, that was a
But no, yeah,
Yeah.
that was definitely a thing for me. I was like, thanks movie, thanks for put it in. Thank you. I get it now. Thank you. I will cry. yes, there was a fight at the end of the movie, but it's pretty much the Kens versus the Kens in a very funny way on how
That
they
shit
did
was
it too.
so funny, bro.
Where it's like we have to play on their egos.
Because that's really how shit be happening too.
I was like, yeah, she's right.
Yeah.
That would piss me off.
Yeah.
Like the moment that was like, that's too real is when he's like doing his song.
Yeah.
Wasn't it Push?
Yeah.
Okay. And he's doing his song and she like looks at her phone. I was like, bro.
Every like indie man,
What?
like indie music fan dude, that would piss them off so bad.
So
if
now-
they're playing guitar for you and you look at your phone and you ignore them during the song,
Oh.
they're gonna lose their fucking mind.
I mean, I've never been in those shoes, but yeah, it
No,
made me
I think it's
upset.
just like it could be anything where it's like you're talking or like you're doing something to try to impress and they just do not care and they just start to like look at their phone.
That's when you leave the room.
Biggest fucking
just
set off.
Like,
ego?
you leave the room or you
Gone.
get them to leave.
Oh
the
no,
room?
I leave the room.
Oh no.
Oh, I would be like, well,
Depending on where I am,
done.
oh, no,
Nah.
they getting the fuck out.
No.
They're
Damn.
in
Just
your room.
Well,
get them the fuck out.
well, the
It's
funny,
like, alright.
But I got an 8 a.m.
I,
Fuck out of here.
I
No,
gotta focus on this.
they
game.
also
Can
made
you
it even worse by
Can you get out of here, please?
after that, all the Barbies switched which Kens they were going to.
Yeah.
That had me laughing too. And then they're all like, he's going after my girl.
Just everybody pissed. now.
Everybody. And I love the part where it's just like, well, we don't have weapons, so how are we going to go to war? Do you have tennis rackets? Yeah.
Why'd I think tennis?
Because
right?
Barbie.
Because Barbie.
I don't even watch Barbie. I was a Hot Wheels kid.
That's next.
Hot
The
Wheels.
fight at the end was really too because it was all one big dance number of "I'm Just a Ken," which is gonna be like the national anthem for men
It will
everywhere.
be. It will be.
Like, oh, dude,
Really?
you could, just listen to the song. You will be like, yeah, I get it.
There was a part in the movie when they like came back to like the Barbie world and they asked like a Barbie like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you doing that for like all these like Kens? And she said something like, well, I don't have to do anything anymore. Like I don't have to work. I don't have to do anything. And for a split minute, I was like, yeah, that'd be nice. And then I thought about it. And then I thought about it and I was like, wait, maybe this is not the right situation.
She's like, hold
to
on,
feel that
maybe
way.
I'm the problem. Here.
Maybe I am the problem.
Yeah.
now.
Damn.
No, there's a lot of moments there, especially like
These
the
people like you, yeah, that's
like
crazy.
first like some Barbies are now dressed up in like maid outfits, and I was
That
like,
was crazy.
ooh.
Nah, the maid outfits were nuts.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, they were in
thanks.
maid outfits.
Yeah.
And one of them is just like, why am I in a maid outfit? Also, I'll just say this real quick because we talked about it with the Oppenheimer, but not with this. The cast in this is crazy.
Cast is nuts.
Like they're all. I mean, you may not know most of them, but they are all names at the very least.
I have something to say.
As about the guy.
This one goes to John Cena.
Oh,
he's in the
if
movie?
if I
Yeah.
catch you in another fucking movie and not in the fucking ring, I'm personally finding you and I will fucking kick slam you, bro. I swear to God.
He
So,
will fuck
not-
you up.
I don't
Yeah.
care. He
Bro.
needs to. He is in everything except for the ring. Him and Dua Lipa were mermaids.
he will fuck you up and then meet you at your Make-A-Wish.
Wait.
And be like,
He's like, yeah, that was me.
yeah,
That
or
was
whatever.
me.
He's like, you wouldn't know though, cause you couldn't see me.
Nah, cause that gave me whiplash. I was like, why is he in this?
The context is that throughout the movie there was, in the beginning of the movie, this mermaid just kind of appears to say, "Hi, Barbie," and it's Dua Lipa.
Fucking Dua Lipa.
Yeah, it's just Dua Lipa is a mermaid Barbie.
Dua Lipa being a mermaid in a
Yeah,
Barbie
why not?
movie.
Bro,
Why not?
after Dua Lipa, I was expecting Ice Spice.
If I saw Ice Spice, yo, if I saw Ice
I
Buy
know.
tickets now.
I was expecting Ice Spice after that. I was like, they got
Bro.
Dua Lipa in this? Ice Spice.
Bro,
What kind of Barbie would she be? Drill Barbie? All right, enough.
Yeah,
But yeah, and then
Don't
when
you mean
Knuff? Should we talk about it?
Get out. Get the fuck out.
Oh shit. We said it together, so it was funny.
Yes,
Yeah.
No,
because
Let's
a
talk
man
about it.
was involved.
Jesus. Now that one.
no, that was funny.
For context,
Oh, shit.
that was a joke.
Just a.
All right. But for context of the Knuff thing, there is once everything's kind of resolved for Ken at least, he gives his mink coat to his friend, who, by the way, Kingsley Ben-Adir, kind of is about to play Bob Marley in the Bob Marley biopic, so which was really cool. Also, I just finished Secret Invasion today. What the fuck? What a waste of like perfectly good actor and character. That show dipped so hard in quality. Sorry, but yeah, he gets the mink coat so he could kind of be himself. And next thing you know, we cut back to Ken saying goodbye to Barbie at one point, and he has a hoodie that on it just reads, "I am Knuff." And it's a blink and you miss it thing.
Wasn't even the point of the scene.
It was just him it was an insert shot of him saying bye. And we all read the shirt, we're like, no way. Everybody in our row dying of laughter. I think we both looked at each other, we're like, we're getting that. We're getting that. And every guy out there should get one. Because we are Knuff.
You are Knuff.
Mm-hmm.
You are Knuff.
But yeah, no. The movie ends pretty much with Barbie becoming a real human being.
So she leaves the Barbie world.
Yep. She's like, I've seen what the real world's like, and I kind of want...
I'd rather live in that.
Well, it's more like she wants to just live her own life and kind of thing. Yeah, she wants to make it out on her own.
After they, like, established that there was, like, another world with, like, humans in it, I kind of saw that coming.
I didn't, because I always think that they're just going to leave characters in one world to stay in one world and the other.
Yeah.
That's usually what happens. And it's kind of a really nice scene where she's like, look, it's your choice all along. If you wanted to do this, just breathe in. And she then finally feels air in her lungs for the first time. She feels feelings. Yada yada. After meeting the creator of Barbie. Ruth something. Fact checker Kyah, could you?
Yeah. Handler.
Ruth Handler.
Oh my god, was she? No, she died.
Yeah, she's dead.
I was gonna say, because
the person in the movie is an actress.
She looks... That's her.
Oh wow, good job.
She looks like...
So they Paul Walkered her where they made a...
No,
they
she just
got...
looks like...
God damn.
What?
Oh
Wild,
my
okay.
God.
No, they just hired another actress that looks enough like her.
Yeah.
And
So she really looks like her.
It's been a decade now.
Hold on. For
It's not too soon.
He's
context,
Bro.
let me show you a picture of the actress.
Kobe Walker's alright now, bro.
What?
His brother.
Oh.
But no, yeah, she meets the creator of Barbie. We find out where the name Barbie comes from. It's the creator's daughter, Barbara. So, for the movie, she finally becomes a real person, goes to the real world. She pretty much is now kind of living with the family that that was playing with her originally.
Mm-hmm.
And they go to this one building. Barbie goes in, meets the person at the front desk. Everybody in the theater's like, I wonder what job Barbie's gonna have. Like, what kind of job would stereotypical blonde Barbie be?
Dang, okay, not too far
Yeah,
off.
not too far
Actually,
off.
since Nile hasn't seen the movie, what job do you think the stereotypical original blonde bombshell Barbie would have? I'm only asking Nile this.
It comes down to two things.
And then I'll tell you what it actually is.
Like a runway model or a flight attendant.
I mean, true.
Yeah.
You're wrong. No, she just went to her gynecologist.
Really?
Yeah.
Really. That was the last joke of the film. She's like, I would like to meet my see an appointment for my gynecologist.
Because there was a
Cut to
joke.
credits.
There was a joke like earlier in the movie where like something about how they were describing how they don't have like genitals.
Oh.
It's such a good way to wrap around that joke.
It is.
Also, I noticed some things. Is like, yeah, I feel like anybody's gonna get represented in this film because I found out after the fact that one of the Barbies is played by a trans actress.
Really?
Yeah.
Which one?
I actually heard that too.
It's the one who does the flat feet joke.
That's so cool.
I can't be 100% sure, but I wanted to mention this because...
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah, because at first I was like, okay, we're a movie talking about gender. I wonder how they're going to handle the fact that, like, how that works.
And there's so
and
much.
They're like,
They
oh yeah,
just
she's
let
a
it
woman.
go.
She's a woman.
And there's so
That's
much
cool.
else in this movie that they just didn't even like sit there and like hyperfixate on. They just let it happen. Like the president.
Oh,
Yeah, they just let it happen. Black woman president, just let it happen.
It's Issa Rae, so I get it.
Fuck yeah.
Also, I'll say this.
Oh, of course, it's alright.
I liked her better in this movie than I did in Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Because her character kind of was pissing me off at a point.
Nah, she was a dick.
Yeah, she was getting on my fucking nerves.
But in this movie, I loved her. I love the fact that she's like, yeah, we're running this mother...
Yeah.
Bro. Like, yeah, this is our shit. We running it now.
Bro, that shit was so
What
fucking
you
funny,
want?
dude.
That was so funny. And
That
I
shit
love
was
the
the
fact that they
funniest.
bleeped it and had the Mattel logo over her mouth.
That's funny.
That was funny.
Nah, you know what was really funny to me? When they were doing, like, the advertisements for, like, the fucking anxiety Barbie, like, depression Barbie.
Oh, yeah!
Fucking
Oh, my God.
Thoughts of death Barbie. That shit was so fucking funny, bro.
Also, Helen Mirren as the narrator was really funny.
Can we that one joke?
You should tell it.
Okay, so there was a part in the movie where like Barbie, like Margot Robbie was just having like a little breakdown and she was saying shit and she was just like
pretty.
I'm not pretty, and then the narrator like cuts in and she's just like what did she say, like disclaimer? Margot Robbie is not the kind of person that
should be playing
should
this.
be saying these words right now.
This was casting Margot Robbie as this is not the best way to go about this message. Had me.
That shit had
really
me, bro.
You know what's been really interesting? Leading up to this movie, there's been this weird like trend online of guys just going about like saying that Margot Robbie's like a 6 out of 10.
Really?
Yeah, she's like, yeah, she's fine. I see her every day.
So you know they probably are pissed at the way this movie just popped off.
Every conservative leaning
Oh my god.
manosphere has been shitting on this movie.
Nah, what's
and
that
it's
one?
hilarious because I just like seeing people be wrong and not understanding the joke.
Nah,
or like not seeing who they're making fun of.
Katie was reading something in the car and it was that one crazy ass senator, I forgot, I don't know which one it was.
Matthew Gates.
Yeah.
His
wife went off about it. She was
Yeah.
saying like, this is a poor representation of like
Men.
and women shouldn't be thinking like this, blah blah. And I'm like,
The movie has low T.
bitch, you're a lady.
Has
But
what?
Low T.
yeah.
Like testosterone?
Yeah.
The
So that's all she said, low T.
That's...
I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? This movie was for you, bitch. Like,
Yeah, you know what the worst part was? Since there's the actor strike, no actors could be there for the premiere.
yeah,
Or just had to bring in anyone who's not an actor.
yeah.
So that's why the senator went. And the fact that they shat on the movie. Also, Ben Shapiro lighting Barbies on fire thinking that he's cool.
What?
Yeah,
When did he do that?
Look it up. There's a video online of him.
Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny because I saw on Twitter someone said like, oh yeah, Ben Shapiro thinking he's cool for lighting Barbies on fire when we would always make fun of that kid.
There's an article online that says Barbie pissed Ben Shapiro off so bad he made a 40-minute video about it.
Going back to like the controversies and stuff around the film, for me, like, I understood the message of the film and I was just like, no, I agree. Like, there's clearly a problem. I am part of the problem. I admitted it many times throughout the movie. But I appreciated that girls, especially like young girls, have something that they can watch now and kind of be like, oh no, like, we can address these things. We don't have to take these things for like at face value. We don't have to allow this stuff to happen.
Yeah.
And also for any young boys that see this, even though I'm pretty sure that's gonna be a hell of a time trying to convince them to watch this, like they can learn that like, guys, like, it's okay to just be yourself.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't find that the movie was man-hating or
no.
Hell, it's not going to be woman-hating if it's a Barbie movie.
No.
Hell, it didn't even go down the whole, like, capitalism route.
No.
Because they were like, well, yeah, we make Barbies for people to, like, feel inspired. Some of them feel inspired by it. Some of them don't think that Barbie represents them, and that's okay. The only thing that the movie does is just, like, really push just, like, I don't know, women empowerment, and nothing wrong with that, in my opinion.
I get tired of, like, seeing movies that are supposed to be, like, empowerment for women, and it's just, like, 2 hours of just a woman just in an emotional fucking crisis, and she just, like, fucking hates everything.
What are you trying to think of?
Like,
in particular?
I I don't know, but I know that there are movies out there that are supposed to be like a woman empowerment type
Tyler
thing.
Perry?
It's just Tyler Perry.
That's what I was saying.
Tyler
That's
Perry.
what I was thinking.
Tyler fucking Perry.
Yep.
Ever specifically Diary of a Mad Black Woman.
One is written. Well, Barbie's written by Greta Gerwig and Noah Baumbach.
Yeah.
So, man and woman. And one is written by a single dude. Literally.
But I just
And,
liked it because I've been needing like a good like empowerment movie. Like none of that like
Captain Marvel.
none of that shit. Like none of that side bullshit where like
Still haven't seen Captain Marvel.
It's fine.
it's fine.
But yeah,
Really?
speaking of Marvel, Shang-Chi's in this movie, in Barbie.
Oh fuck, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
He made the cut.
Huh?
He made the cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Dude, he's a handsome man.
He's like a pretty important character too. Actually.
Yeah, he's Ken's rival.
Yeah. Other
Ken.
Ken.
All right.
He's
Ken.
Ken's rival, Ken.
Ken.
He's the other kid. That's
The-
So all
funny.
guys are named Ken.
They're all
and,
Ken.
Well, except for Alan. Played by Michael Cera.
Bro, Michael Cera was like,
Who has a
Great
Scott
choice.
Pilgrim moment in this.
he really does have his
This
little
guy
Scott
here,
Pilgrim moment, bro.
He's just,
Bro.
I love Sky Pilgrim. Anyway,
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
on track.
No, that's
Yeah.
pretty much it.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it.
I also got a big kick
I
about
liked it.
them talking about all of the Barbies that are out of stock now. Especially the one where it's just like the Barbie that grows old with you, and if you just raise her arm up, her boobs get bigger.
Yeah,
That's one.
that was
That's
that was a
crazy.
real thing.
That was a real thing.
that was
Really?
that was
Yeah.
a real fucking thing.
That was a
There
real
was
What?
there was a Barbie with like a screen in her back.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a little like
Like a
mini-
video camera.
Yeah, like a little video camera.
Well, it was like a nanny cam, like Barbie, or it
I
just
think
had
it-
it just
I
had
think
it just had a
like,
camera.
I think it like you could watch shit on it.
So it's
No?
a
That's
Barbie
stupid.
with a small screen on her back
Yeah,
that you
Yeah.
can watch things through. But just
Yeah.
keep in mind, a Barbie.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm like, is it like I'm expecting? I'm like a Barbie. I'm like, that's a small screen. Is it supposed to be a nanny cam, or is it something you watch stuff on?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
A
Plating-
small ass screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has a whole screen.
What?
Yeah, it was a real thing.
Pretty much like
There was also pregnant Barbie, but that was a terrible
Midge.
idea.
I actually do remember hearing about pregnant Barbie. I remember being there for that. That
yeah,
was
people
funny.
were also there was a weird controversy around that movie because originally it was just like just the Barbie with the baby,
Yeah.
and then there was no ring on her finger, and she had no person with her,
Yeah.
no Ken.
Yeah.
So people were like, "Is this supposed to represent?"
Baby mama Barbie.
Baby
Yeah.
Mama Barbie.
No, literally, people were like, "Wetlock Barbie,
Baby Mama Barbie.
teenage pregnancy Barbie," and then what they had to do is they had to recall the toy, paint on a ring on her ring finger,
Wow.
and then on her case they had to put a Ken next to her, saying, basically being like, "I'm the guy."
Wow.
I'm the dude who knocked her up.
Yeah,
That was
oh
me.
God. And then they just kind of canceled it.
Ooh. A
What?
little Barbie lore. So
Oh, no.
in the history of Barbie, the pregnant Barbie, her husband is actually Alan.
No way.
Ooh.
So I could be Alan.
It could be Alan. Could be Alan.
Should we end it off there?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna end it off there. Thank you for sitting with us for this long ass review of 2 movies. This was a lot of fun. At least going to see the movies. I can't really speak for Nile here because he kind of slept.
Yeah, I slumped on these movies. My bad.
Mm.
But yeah, I can't wait to see what the next odd double feature that people are gonna be doing. I
I'm
think
not
people are
sure.
saying Saw and Paw Patrol.
What?
Yeah, because
Saw
Saw and
Paw Patrol.
Yeah.
Yo.
that's actually the Twitter handle going on.
All right. Now
It's Saw X
Genius.
and
Wow.
Paw Patrol are coming out on the same day.
That's
are
terrifying.
we really gonna fucking go see Paw?
Hell no.
Thank you.
Now watch it be like Barbenheimer, where like you fucking go see Saw, get sad and scared, and you go see Paw Patrol, and that's fucking sad too.
Are you saying that there's gonna be dogs in reverse bear traps?
I hope so.
Good
What
lord.
the fuck?
Whoa.
What?
Whoa there.
What?
We caught that too.
Yeah.
4K.
Did you?
Yeah, we did.
Did you?
Fetch.
Oh. Oh my god.
That's wild. Oh god.
Yeah,
All right. On that note.
that's what the
Yeah,
fuck.
let's get out of here.
Thank you for watching another episode of $1 Million Media. I've been Max Gelderhalls, and with me today we had.
I am
Oh, I mean Nile.
Sean.
Hold on, what did he?
Damn this shit, bro.
Let's get it on with.
Thank you for listening. Like, subscribe, share. I'm gonna rewind the footage to see what he just did. Bye.